River City Ransom was last featured at the marathon. All right, everyone, and it is time. Get your donations ready. Get your sauna ready. We're sending it to yelsraek and willbobsled for River City Ransom novice. Take it away.
All right, everybody. How are you doing? My name is Seiria. I will be providing commentary for this race. I want to say congrats to Bahamut for that beautiful River City Girls run. And in this run, we have yelsraek.
How's it going?
And we have the world record holder currently, willbobsled.
I know.
All right, guys. This is going to be a really fast-paced showdown between these top two runners of River City Ransom. yelsraek is also a longtime former record holder. Because there's going to be so much happening, the runners probably won't have much chance to talk, so I will be doing a grand majority of the breathless, incessant commentary. Fair warning to Twitch chat there. And I can't wait to watch this VOD, because if I have any annoying speech patterns, I'm going to be made aware, so thanks in advance. And seriously, thank you all so much for donating. All right. If both of our boys are ready,
well, we have the one thing where Prolix gonna need to let us know what the names are gonna be.
Right.
All right.
So here I've got an interesting one for you here. First place is definitely Bimmy. Congratulations, Bimmy, the classic. Now, however, we have a two-way tie for second place with $100 toward Baxter, no E, or MMMN, or maybe that's 4,000. I'm not sure if Roman numerals. So, if it's all right with you, I'd like to exercise host prerogative and invoke the emergency tie-break procedures.
Oh
I will roll a die, if that's all right.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. 1 to 3, we'll do Baxter. And it is a 3. Baxter wins. That's BAXTR. Congratulations. Those of you who wanted MMMM, just donate more next time. Sorry.
Will, which do you want, Bimmy or do you want Baxter?
I'll put in Baxter. You can go for Bimmy.
All right, sounds good. Thanks everyone so much for all the donations for the names. We really appreciate it.
All right, guys. So, if everybody's ready, then I will go ahead and count you in. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me. I am in the right spot. Will, are you in the right spot?
I'm good to go. Good luck.
It's good luck.
All right, good luck, guys. All right, let's do it. In 3, 2, 1, barf. All right, everybody, the goal of this game is to beat every required boss in order to open the final area of the game, and in this run, both runners want to do that as quickly as humanly possible. As I mentioned, both runners have had world record in this game at one point. willbobsled currently has it at an alarming 6 minutes and 6 second time. Very recently, that was unfathomable. He came in earlier this year and changed how this game is played. Every single boss fight, basically, is different after he came in and changed the way that we even interpret this game. But you are not going to be seeing the world record route. Automatically, from the beginning, these guys are fighting all of the gang members in the first 2 rooms, which is not what you'd be normally seeing. Normally, they would be picking up an item called Stone Hands, which is a powerful special move that knocks down every single enemy in the game, which makes it essential for beating the game as quickly as possible. You'd be seeing them pick that up later in the run, because they would just be picking up money along the way as they normally fight bosses and the gang members to make the bosses spawn. And that is the fastest way to do it. But they're doing it right now because that is the marathon-safe way to get Stone Hands. In River City Ransom, you can die at any moment in any room because the weakest enemies in the game have the potential to kill you at any moment. They can spawn right on top of you as you enter the room. They can lock you in infinite combos, in team combos. It's absurd what this game can do to you, and there's basically nothing you can do to stop it. Even when you're as amazing as these two runners are, it requires you to be adaptive and to think on your feet, but sometimes there's just nothing you can do. And if they were to die on the way toward buying Stone Hands at the normal time, they would lose half of their money and they would not be able to buy it without doing another grind. So they got that grind out of the way at the very beginning, so they wouldn't have to worry about that. Now, you see them here in the WSL Co. warehouse. This is such an important part of the run. You see both of them collected a crate outside, and sometimes they can have trouble doing that because of the gang members. It's important to collect the crate in this room because they can use it to hit gang members through that wall in the center of the room. And both of them, I think, got unlucky gangs in this room. Normally, you want to see the homeboys so that they can just walk into the wall and you can hit them through it. And now they're fighting Rocco using the crate. That's another reason that they have the crate. Oh, Will Bobsled is having trouble using the crate strat, but he's adapting. That was an awesome adaptation by Will Bobsled. That was so dangerous. And now he did the Tommy Boy to quickly do the Death Warp and go back to the next boss fight, which you have to backtrack for. This is something that tripped up a lot of casual players all throughout the years, was that they didn't know that they had to backtrack to beat this next boss in order to open up the end part of the game. So, two pretty good warehouses from both our runners. We're pretty close at this point. No matter what happens in River City Ransom, no matter how far ahead or behind a runner is, anything could happen because of how easily you can die. So this could come down to the wire no matter what happens. And now both of our runners have collected the chain from the blade fight, and they're doing a very scary run to the next boss. Because as I mentioned, and I will probably continue to mention, the gang members are ruthless. And if they hit Will Bobsled or yelsraek on the way and make them drop the chain like they just did to Will, then it could be a merciless sequence of them scrambling to pick the chain back up, because it's going to be necessary in beating the next bosses. yelsraek takes a hit in a sequence of rooms that I call RNG heck, and he gets thrown into the next room. He's going to have to hope that they have a chain in this Turk fight, in the Turk fight room. Oh my gosh, he's going to try and reset the room. The mob were just... Okay, still no chain. He's going to see if he can get another one. Will Bobsled is now going to get a chance to take the lead. yelsraek is going to reset the room again. This is so unlucky. The way he got thrown out of the room so he didn't even have a chance to collect his chain again. Will Bobsled is now fighting Turk. You're going to see a stylish end to this fight, bouncing off the wall. Oh, but Turk got up and picked up the chain, breaking the sequence. Will Bobsled again adapting. yelsraek is still caught in a sequence of resetting the rooms. This is what River City Ransom can do. It is so brutal sometimes. And Will Bobsled is currently in the Mojo fight room, trying to clean up the gang members there. And they killed him! That's such an awful place to die. He has to run all the way back, hoping to find another chain on the way. Just like that, like I was saying. Anything could happen. The lead can swing so fast, and yelsraek is now beating Turk with a lead pipe instead of a chain, and he's trying to make it work. Oh, and he got lucky. Turk jumped on the last hit, which made it a bit easier to take him out. Now, yelsraek is the one in the Mojo room. He has no health right now, so he could die in an instant. If he... Okay, yeah. Okay, so yelsraek is doing a smart thing here. He went into the next mall so that he could run into the wall and cause his death. But what that does is that tells the game that your respawn area is that mall. The game respawns you at malls whenever you die. So he ensured that if he was going to die, he will die right next to the next boss he has to face. So now that gave Will Bobsled time to catch up, though. So they are basically tied now. What an incredible sequence that I've never seen before. River City Ransom just always surprises you. And now Will Bobsled is in the lead again. He had a fast gang fight there, and he did a successful Mojo fight. I love that fight so much. That's an amazing job by Will Bobsled. And yelsraek is using a rock. He's just giving it to Mojo with a rock right now. Another thing that I've never seen in all of our practice runs. He got knocked down. He's having some more trouble with Mojo. He's getting into a bit of what we call a block party, because sometimes it can be really hard to get through enemies' blocks. And now he's playing it safe again. He is using that upper platform to stop the enemies in the game from doing anything, because if they're not on the same level as you, then they just don't know what to do and they stand still. But here we have Will Bobsled approaching the Kobayashi/Thor fight. This is so important. Oh, he misses the Kobayashi shakedown. His run is invalid. I'll explain what I mean, but oh no, and he knocked him into the pit. He's gonna reset it. I don't know if he did that on purpose so he can try the Kobayashi shakedown again. It starts with a frame perfect input. There we go. He got it. Oh, but he got an uppercut. That's so unlucky. We still don't know what causes that. Okay, so he missed the Kobayashi shakedown again, and yelsraek takes a death in the factory. Oh my goodness, River City Ransom at its full power right now. What can you do? So yeah, talking about the Kobayashi Shakedown, it's one of our most beloved parts of this new speedrun that Will Bobsled has engineered. Oh my gosh, yelsraek taking a huge sock from both of the internationals there. Because it starts with that frame-perfect input, the Kobayashi Shakedown, and when you get it, it's so stylish. yelsraek is going to try it right now. Let's see if he can get the first frame-perfect input. He misses it. Okay, but the nice thing about that fight is that all the ways that you can miss the Kobayashi Shakedown are quite forgiving. You can still beat the boss very quickly. Will Bobsled is now beating Ivan, and he's about to enter River City High. Even though he is far ahead of yelsraek, again, especially because this end game section is so unforgiving with including all of the strongest gangs in the game and all the bosses being incredibly strong, and if you mess up any of the boss fights, then you can die basically immediately. Will Bobsled can die in a flash, and yelsraek would be in the lead at that point. Anything can happen. I have said it a billion times, and it's always true in this game. Even when they're going into the final boss, there is a way for you to die. But Will Bobsled is now on the top floor. He's trying to prove me wrong. Fighting the plague here. Oh my goodness, what an amazing top floor! That was lightning fast. He's approaching the Dragon Twins. This is a scary fight. You have to keep both of these guys together. Bimmy and Jimmy. Because if they separate and they run apart, it's, for one thing, going to be way slower to try and knock them down. And for another, they can kill you with you on being unable to react, but Will Bobsled takes care of them quickly. And now he is on the final boss, Simon. As long as nothing goes wrong here, he's going to take this race. Oh my goodness, he's doing an amazing job. It looks like Will Bobsled is going to be our champion, the world record holder currently. He takes down Simon, and that is going to be our champion in this race. But yelsraek is approaching the top floor. Let's see what he can do. So there are a bunch of things that Will Bobsled discovered in this run. He engineered basically all of those boss fights that you saw before they equipped Stonehands. And he found some other things that help in the game. He discovered something called floating state, which means that whenever you jump, you saw the players jump into rooms a few times. The game thinks that you're still in the air, which gives you more attack power when you're on the ground. And so he's found a lot of things that you can use to trick the game into beating it faster. Just so many things that Will Bobsled has done to help this game, and we're so grateful to him. But yelsraek, a legend of the game himself, when he got a world record of 6 minutes and 38 seconds a few years ago, it seemed untouchable. And also, just have to give a huge shout out to yelsraek as he beat Simon himself. The game was really cruel to him in this race. I've never seen the things that it was doing it to him in this race before. But he, like the pantheon of calm mind that he is, he was able to keep it together and still put on an amazing showing for us. Thank you so much to both our runners. And luckily, because of our donation incentive being met for the Sauna Percent race, that is not the last of River City and our heroes yelsraek and Will Bobsled that we will be seeing now. So, whenever these guys are ready, we're probably going to be transitioning smoothly into that one, as smoothly as we can, because I am not a smooth person, but we will get it done no matter what, because this is GDQ, and that's what we do here.
GG, Will.
All right. So we are going to be going right into
GG,
it.
Yels. I'm going to name my sauna character Bimmy as well.
Awesome. And I want to try and give our runners more a chance to talk in this race. It's a bit less stressful than the regular race. It's still stressful because it's running through River City, which, as we saw, can be one of the worst things that you can choose to do on a Tuesday morning. But we are enjoying ourselves, and I hope you all are too. Thank you all so much for watching and donating. I appreciate you all so much. Appreciate? Yeah, that's an amazing word that we have just discovered new English. Okay. It looks like both our runners are ready, and I will count them in again to start our unbelievable Sauna Percent blistering expedition here. All right, you guys ready?
Ready?
Good luck, good luck. I'm ready.
All right, good luck, guys. And we will start in 3, 2, 1. Sauna! All right, I don't know about you guys, and I am certainly uptight, but our two runners are probably uptight too, and we all need a chance to relax. And so, what we're gonna do now is run to the sauna near the end of the game as quickly as possible. That is the only thing in life that matters right now, is relaxing, getting to that sauna. We have to, no matter if we die along the way. Not even death can stop us. How are you guys feeling about this?
Very uptight.
Oh God, I can't blame you. All right, so this is just running through every single room in the game. That is all we're doing. We're not stopping to fight any bosses. We are just getting to the sauna. And that is still a very scary proposition because of the main kill factor of the game being just the fact that you can get accosted right at the entrance by a gang member at any moment. And if they knock you down, they can throw you for like 6 years. How about this? How about this? So they're going to have to hope for good luck, and they're going to have to go for things like what you're going to see in the warehouse here. There's a really tight jump that you can do to get onto this box immediately. willbobsled got it. yelsraek did not, and there was a homeboy right on the right side saying, I want to be your friend, because apparently punching people in the face over and over is how you make friends. The homeboys need some lessons in social, being good friends, but... But yelsraek did manage to get out of there. willbobsled is in the lead though, but it's River City Ransom. You know what that means. Anything can happen. But there's less of a chance for things to go wrong in this race. But one of the most important parts is the factory that willbobsled is coming up on now. You have a very tough jump to get across that big gap in the first room, and there are gang members in the second room, which you don't usually see in a regular run. willbobsled got past the jump, and he got past the cowboys. And they hit themselves with the crate for good measure, because willbobsled is just asserting his dominance here. But yelsraek actually caught up a little bit. They're actually pretty close. It's gonna come down to dashes here. If one of them misses a dash, that could be the entire difference, but willbobsled gets there first, and he is going to come up on time. I just realized I did not say time for the regular race. Sorry about that. And now yelsraek, time. They have made it to the sauna. They were very uptight, but they are no longer uptight, because how can you be when the sauna is that relaxing? Oh man, I hope everybody in chat is relaxing right now, because how can you not be after that display from our amazing runners? Thank you guys so much. Do you guys have anything to say to the entire world that is watching right now?
Well, first of all, GG Will, again.
GG, Yels.
And thanks so much everybody for watching and for donating. You know, we really appreciate it. Keep an eye out. There's going to be more fun action for River City Ransom. Will's going to grind for sub 6, so watch out for that.
All right.
This was a fun race, even though not everything went to plan. Thank you, Say, for the commentary. Thank you to the GDQ staff for coordinating everything, and thanks to you, the audience, for all you're doing.
All right, guys, I have a few shout-outs. First of all, yelsraek and willbobsled for the amazing, immense honor of having me on for commentary. I will never be able to express how much of an honor that is to me. Some more shout-outs. I want to shout out River City Ransom EX speedruns, the Game Boy Advance port of this game. I am the main runner of that game right now, but Ice Age 70 and Red of Super Smash Bros. Melee and Super Mario 64 fame have both been amazing friends and runners of that game as well. I want to shout out those guys. I want to shout out my family who might be watching right now or in the future. Shout out to the GDQ staff, Twitch chat, donators, the Prevent Cancer Foundation, everybody for making this event what it always is, which is one of the bright spots in my year every single time. Such an amazing event. Thank you all so much, and thank you for enjoying this race. And my name is Seirea. I hope you enjoyed my commentary somehow. Thank you all so much again, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this amazing event.
All right, and our thanks to Seirea, of course. I think you shouted out just about everyone possible, so that's wonderful. I'll let that coverage speak for itself, and instead, let me just get to a couple of quick donations that came in during that run. Vardenfell donated $20, saying, "Yels and Will, some real good times in your streams. Writing this before the run, so I really hope you both got the Kobayashi shakedown. Remember, the run isn't valid without it. Have a day." And also, Ellipsis donated $102.39, saying, "Best of luck to my marble brother yelsraek. Whether it's River City Ransom or Marbles, you know that whenever you're on the stage, I'm right there with you in spirit, if not in body. Go fast. Looking forward to seeing you IRL at a future GDQ." Thank you, Ellipsis. Yeah, every time I have the chance to host for YellsRake, it is wonderful. All right, I also have some donations here from everyone trying to get in on that awesome donations done quick that I spoke of. Thank you all very much for your participation. Completely optional. If I didn't mention that before, I probably just slipped. If you thought it was mandatory, you know, it was all for a good cause. So let's see. We have Teoral with a $5 donation. Awesome donations done quick, so fast. Don't blink. Yeah, that's right. Did you all get your donations in? Were you able to beat the timer? I believe the racers were rather generous to us. Honestly, you know, that could have been done quite a bit faster. So I think they may have taken a death here or there or slowed up just for our sakes. I don't know about you all. Let's see. Cardio Party with a $5 donation. RCR Hype Train, let's go! Thank you. I also have $250 here from Drake, who says, I love GDQ and I'm blessed to have the money to donate. I don't want it to end though. Let's see that Hades incentive get met. Yeah, that's right. You can always get more GDQ through our incentives. Let me see. What else do I have here? Oh, yes. Cannon Swift with a $50 donation. Any % donation run? The one speed run I can do with regularity. Here's a donation of $25 from Shindetsuku that says, go Prolix, go. Hey, thank you very much. And $207 from Anonymous. Awesome. Appreciate that, Anonymous. Let's see. Letho with a $10 donation. Awesome donations done quick. Heart, Prolix, and Tech Team. Thank you. Iggy Zig with a $5 donation. Awesome donations done quick. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Good luck, Yells and Will. And what else do we have here? This donation came in a bit earlier, I would dare say, during River City Girls, where you might have noticed that the game art style was maybe a little more anime. $10 here from Tora, who just says, well, it's a couple of vowels with a W in between. Do you think it's O or U? What do you think, chat? Okay, it's I'll spoil it now. Okay, it's O's. We got a oh whoa from Tora, $10. Thank you, Tora, for the donation. And chat, yes, get it out of your system now. One oh whoa or ooh woo, your choice. Go ahead right now. Now's your chance to spam it. Chat mods, yeah, take it easy on them. We can't help it. It's just it has to happen. Let's see here. $25 from Sweet Jerk Jai, who says, must donate for Metroid incentive and Metroid prizes. Oh, and beating cancer is pretty great too, I guess. I would have to agree with you there. Thank you very much for your donation. If you were all wondering about the prizes, yes, the current batch is open all the way through Metroid. We do have many Metroid-related prizes, but also a River City Girls Steam key, and don't forget a Game Boy Color with backlight and Metroid 2. That's pretty great. And also there's a book in there. There's all sorts of things that you could be eligible to win. Details about the prizes are on the website, official rules and all that eligibility stuff. Check it out if you're interested. Just checking in here again on our Metroid route choice. Ridley first hanging in there just by a hair. Kraid first has caught up quite a bit. But if you're looking to put your money toward a bid war, check that out. If you prefer incentives that, you know, we just need to reach a goal and then it's hit, we've got the extra fun stuff in Tony Hawk's Underground 2, Thug 2. My chance to say Thug 2 on the air. Can't let this go. There's a bunch of side content in Thug 2. Specifically, they're going to show off a dance with the devil and taking a sick kid on a hospital gurney on a trip around the city. But that's only if we meet the extra fun stuff incentive. Also, don't forget we have the Braid upgrade to a 6-star run open as well. 6 out of the 7 stars to be collected. And with that, I'm going to send you one more time over to our interview desk for that team to tell us a little bit more about that last run. Take it away.
Hello, I am Feasel, and I am joined by the runners of River City Ransom, fresh from the sauna, feeling relaxed and no longer uptight, yelsraek and willbobsled. Welcome, fellows.
Hey, Feasel, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Well, so going into this race, what were you kind of worried about? What were you expecting, and how did that compare to what actually happened?
I was, so at least from my perspective, I was worried about what happened. I was
I kind of
expecting
figured.
I was expecting hopefully something a little bit better than what happened. Yeah, it was just because of the weapon issues, it wasn't easy to illustrate some of the new boss fight tech that Will has brought to the table. So like both for Turk and for Mojo, the third and fourth bosses, that were just clinging to life more than anything else, and not really focused on showing off the new strats. Because at least from my perspective, I didn't have a chain anymore, and it's very heavily reliant on the chain, at least for me, because of the reach of the weapon.
So what did you want to do there? What was the intended thing?
So the intention for Turk is to use the chain to do some what we would call double dashes, where like you can, when you do a dashing chain swing, you can chain it with another dashing chain swing with a single additional right press. You don't have to double tap right to do a second dash. You can just kind of chain them together. So you chain a couple of them together, and then you throw the chain at him, and you hop kick off the wall and do a bunch of really spiffy looking jump kicks, and it looks super cool. And he dies right away. So that didn't happen. Mojo is even cooler because you throw the chain at him and then throw him onto the pipe and then hop kick him off the pipe, and he dies when he lands. So those boss fights are just they're faster, which is the key, but they also are just like super swaggy. But you know, sadly, things don't always go to plan.
Yeah, well, sometimes it is just about survivability in that game. It is, you're playing it pretty close to the margins.
Absolutely.
So, Will, I think the first place where I really thought, oh man, there's going to be a big difference in this race was at the warehouse. Now, you were in there a bit longer. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened in there?
Yeah, I had a bit of a problem with the boss fight with Rocco, so I opted to take a slightly safer backup strategy. The way that the gangs and the bosses are programmed in this game is that when you have a different elevation to them, they kind of forget what they're doing for the most part. So when you're doing the hop kicks, the enemies will just stand still, and if you have the correct line with them, you can just keep hopping until you knock them over. As you've seen, most of the even with the gang members, but especially with the bosses, if they get a few hits on you, it's all over very quickly. So when they get away from your stun lock combos, it's best to just retreat and regroup. So it was worth spending a few seconds to make sure that I took him out, to not have to backtrack again.
Yeah, I think patience really pays off there. Were you aware of where your opponent was at that point, or were you just focused on your own game?
As you said, we're to really fine line between when survivability was the first priority.
Mm-hmm.
I was too focused on not losing time to concentrate on how Yells was doing.
Yeah, because you fell behind a little bit there, but you made up a lot of time, especially around kind of the mid game. The Turk and Mojo was where I think things really started to change for you two again.
Yeah, I lost floating state, which is a mechanic that you say was explaining during the run. Mm-hmm. When you do a high jump, even off between screens, it seems to think that you're still half in the air, and so it gives you a bit of extra damage. So we do some jumps at very particular times in the run. One of them being in the bridge or the underpass before the Turk fight. The mob stopped me halfway through there, so I didn't have the running distance needed to get the high jump. So I had to try and take out Turk without the floating state, and he caused a few problems as well.
Yeah, so that's one of the relatively new strats in this game. As I understand it, a lot of new strats have developed in the last, couple of years, and the time has really come down a lot. Being like, going from the 7-minute range now down to like 6 and maybe even potentially sub 6. So, what kinds of things besides the floating state have been added to the route?
So, well, the floating state is a big component of a lot of the time saves because, again, like the route itself, it migrated from more of a traditional deathless run back from like your day and from Darkwing Duck's day, to instituting a death warp in the warehouse, to now deciding to migrate away from doing what we fondly refer to as caveman strats on the boss fights, where it's just you stun lock with a weapon and you just keep stun locking, you don't change your strategy, you just keep hammering away until they're down, to leveraging floating state for additional damage to reduce the number of rounds of the fight, leveraging throwing a weapon versus swinging a weapon, leveraging hop kicks as well, because every boss fight has the two layers. They have their stamina layer and then they have their willpower layer, and you got to get through both. But if you can time it right so that you do just enough damage to flip over from stamina to willpower, you can save a lot of time, because without knowing, you could potentially be really railing into a boss and you might get them down to 1 stamina or 2 stamina at the end of a round, and you wouldn't really know. But with floating state, you save that round because you get them down to 0 and then you get them into their willpower, and then it's a bit quicker. So a lot of the fights are born out of that. Like the case example is the fight that looks the most like it normally does, which is Ivan outside of the high school.
Yeah.
We don't do anything different. We just run at him and punch. But because of floating state, if you don't miss a punch, that fight is 5 rounds, not 7, which is, that's like 5 seconds just right there. So it's just wild to think about.
Yeah, well, that was a wild race just in total. Like I was, riveted to my seat. I'm sure you guys feel a lot better now that it's over, but man, that was quite a white knuckle race. If anyone happens to be just tuning into this part and they missed the race, absolutely go back and see it. Pretty amazing. But that's all the time we've got. I want to thank you both again for talking with me today. I really appreciated that, and it was a great race to watch.
Thanks, Feasel.
Thanks, Feasel. GG once again, Yels.
GG, Will.
All right, well, stay tuned, everybody. The NES block continues with Strider coming up next.
Anyone can stride.
Yeah, it's so true. Anyone can, Strider. Thank you very much for the interview. A few more donations here, especially for River City Ransom. Let me get to them. $100 from Anonymous. Getting in a donation during the River City Ransom race. Go Bimmy and Jimmy. Or Baxter. Also have Single Speed with a $50 donation. Awesome donations done quick. Gasp, pant. I got here as soon as I could. Take my money, quick. Thank you for that. And $50 as well from Fire Spectre. Prolix, if this is not red during the race, I'll donate double. If it is, I'll be triple. I'm taking you on in the race. Okay, well, I couldn't fit it in during